The Score is the place for local spring high school sports, and we've got some for you right now. Brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts here at CMCC. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. By Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. SBS Carbon Copy in Waterville, where printing's personal, not puzzling. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Maine Preventative Maintenance, your complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor. The Harry J. Smith Company, 13 Sanger Avenue, Waterville, serving the Central Maine community for over 100 years. JDH3 Design at jdh3designs.com, where they can print on just about anything. Valley Beverage, delivering great beverages every day. Dixon's Country Market in Benton, with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. And by Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Veterans Field in Oakland, where this afternoon on The Score, it's our spring sports regular season finale. And we do it with girls lacrosse today as the Messalonskee Eagles take on the Greely Rangers. Welcome to our broadcast, along with AJ Knight. I'm Mike Violet. We are joined by our Score crew, Tyler Rigney, and the lovely Ashley is on our stats and computer this afternoon. And we finish up with a game that was supposed to have been played earlier this year between Greely and Messo. It was canceled and moved to this final day of the regular season. And it's a meaningful game here because we've got the number 6 team in Messalonskee, 9-4, having won 5 of their last 6, the number 6 team in the latest Class B girls lacrosse heel points. And the Greely Rangers are at number 4. And they are 9-4. They've also won 5 of their last 6. So we've got 2 teams that are really playing well, that are definitely going to the dance, definitely going to the postseason. And I think it's a good game for each team to kind of find out where they are, and also, in the case of Messalonskee, maybe move up a little bit. I'm not sure Greely can really move up anymore. They are nestled in pretty well, I think, at that number 4 spot. But Messalonskee could possibly go up to number 5, which would mean, of course, they'd play again.
Yeah. No, the top 3 teams really locked in on the girls' side of the bracket. Smack in the middle between these two at 4 and 6 is number 5, Coney,
right,
who Messalonskee, as you mentioned, 5 last 6. That's the one of the last the loss in the last 6. I think there's a chance, depending on how Messalonskee plays today, like you said, to potentially leapfrog Coney, despite the fact they just recently lost to him, which would mean we just redo this one again here in 4 days down in Greely. That being said, like you, I think you mentioned, more importantly, it's a good gauge for both of these teams because Messalonskee, no matter what, I think is going to be on the road in the opening round, but potentially 2 teams I think that for sure are expected to potentially get to at least the second round of the playoffs, and so this is the type of opponent you would see in that second round.
Agreed. This was supposed to have been a 4 o'clock start. It's 3:59 right now. The reason it's not going to be is because Greely encountered some traffic issues on the way up. And if you've ever driven on 295 on Friday afternoon on the cusp of a great weather weekend in the state of Maine, you can see you can visualize right now a sea of boats being towed north up 295, and traffic definitely slows down. So they just got here at like 3:35, 3:40. So we're going to start somewhere around 4:15. So that gives us plenty of time to not only look at this game, take a look at the heel points. We'll run down our playoff schedule that we know so far as well. Let's look at those heel points right now in Class B. Mount Ararat's undefeated. They're number 1. They're 14-0. Freeport right on their heels. Freeport is 13-1, but they, of course, have played all their games. Brunswick is number 3 at 10-4. Then Greely at 9-4 right now at the number 4 position. Coney has finished their season. They're 10-4. They're at number 5. Messalonskee at number 6, 9-4. Then Camden Hills is at 7, 10-4. Biddeford is at number 8. They are 8-6. And then it's Mount Blue and York. So we're going to have prelim games, a 7-10 matchup and an 8-9 matchup as well. Right now, the 7-10 would be Camden Hills and York. The 8-9 would be Biddeford and Mount Blue for the right to make it to the quarterfinals. So these two teams definitely going to the tournament. There's no doubt about that. We're going to see them. We saw Messalonskee last time that they played against Lincoln Academy. They were victimized by two things. First of all, their own propensity to get yellow cards and therefore get Emma Jane Parsons removed from the game because she got 2 of them. And secondly, they couldn't stop Miriam Delisle. Now, nobody can stop Miriam Delisle, so there's no shame in that. But she won the game literally by herself in the final minute.
Yeah, Messalonskee was in complete control, and like you said, Miriam Delisle scores 2 goals over basically the last minute to 90 seconds. That ends up being, I think it was 7-6, 8-7. 7-6 win. She scores 5 of their 7 goals. And in the first half, Emma Jane Parsons was keeping pace with her, but like you said, very early in the third quarter, she picks up her second yellow card. She gets ejected for the rest of the game, and that's been a problem for this Messalonskee team. Coach, we're talking ahead of this one, a big-time matchup, said one of the issues they ran into Coney was they picked up, I think, 5 yellow cards over the course of that game, which means they played permanently man down, which is, as we just had the game last night against Messalonskee, they were able to weather the storm despite, I think, committing 11 penalties, I believe is what it was. Not a good strategy. And
Must be something in the lacrosse water out here in Oakland. The boys and the girls having the same kind of problem.
Yeah, but it's a problem. It's just, especially when you go permanent, there's something like one penalty where you're man down for those 2-minute stretches in the girls' game, obviously 30 seconds a minute in the boys' game. You can weather the storm. You give up a goal, you can kind of reset. In the girls' game, and Messalonskee's issue is you're talking about permanently playing 11 on 10, or in the case of the Coney one, they were playing 11 on 9. And so that's not going to do it. And against a Greely team, a Lincoln Academy team that's very good, has a star player, didn't work for them. A Greely team who sits ahead of them in the heel points, potentially, depending if Messalonskee can win, could be a rematch here in 4 days. Can't do that. Cannot play man down. Have to play smart. And it'll be interesting to see, because the coach made the point that they are trying to get away from that. So how do you balance instincts and physicality versus being kind of told to be a little bit more hesitant to not make mistakes? How does their game shake out that way defensively?
And in the end, head coach Becca Kolker said the battle between their high-scoring offense and our defense should be a great matchup, and that's what it breaks down to right there. The high-scoring offense of Messalonskee, the very good defense, which is led by goalkeeper Maya, boy, am I from Maine or what? Maya Vickerson, who is a junior. She is the last bastion of defense for Becca Kolker and the Greely Rangers. On the other side, we've seen Amanda Pettengill play really, really well in goal for Messalonskee. We know Messalonskee can buzz the net, and we've seen Emma Jane Parsons dominate games. And the first half of the Lincoln Academy game, where she and Miriam Delisle were kind of alternating scoring goals, she is a great goal scorer, great player, and a real tone setter for Messalonskee. But, you know, there are others up front for the Eagles. Sophia Ventimiglia has been a great player for them up front. Alexa Kakamo up front as well. So they've got plenty of firepower up there too.
Yeah, the interesting thing is obviously Adriana Pettengill, you trust her at the goal. I'm curious to see how Messalonskee handles the zone defense. Coach specifically pointed out that Greely's going to play zone, and in fact, Messo might, they said, defensively put a zone in at times as well, because Lincoln Academy played a zone, and I thought did a very good job of stalling out the offense. If you remember in that game, and of course you can always watch everything we cover, Central Maine Sports on YouTube, centralmainsports.com, always free. they really scored. Imogen Parsons specifically did a lot of her damage in transition, right? No set defense. So I'm curious to see, knowing you're going up against it and having seen it already against a very good Lincoln Academy team, if they are more apt or have obviously been able to put some more things in place to handle it. Because I thought Lincoln Academy really, again, 7-6 in a lacrosse game is not a high-scoring game.
No, not at all. Not at all. And you mentioned transition, and the Messalonskee transition really was fast. Parsons really gets the ball down the field fast, going right down Broadway, right down the middle seam there. And so the matchup is an interesting one for sure. A team in Greely that's battle-tested down there in southern Maine, playing schools down there like Freeport, like Mount Ararat, like Brunswick, that are all very good teams. It's not like Messalonskee hasn't either against Lincoln Academy and other schools. Coney, of course, beat them the other night. But these teams are both tested. They both played really good programs, and they both are 9-4. So a lot of good lacrosse to come. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll get away from lacrosse for a second. We'll preview what we've got coming up for you playoff-wise, because we are on to the playoffs. They begin on Tuesday, and we'll talk about the schedule that we have for the playoffs. We are the place for local sports, and it doesn't change in the postseason. So we'll run the schedule down. More of our pregame show before Messalonskee and Greely get at it in girls lacrosse right after this.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run!
Ladies and gentlemen, the
monkey has prime!
This season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's on!
Oh, that's good.
Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston.
If you have been looking or wanting a complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor for residential or commercial all under one roof, Maine Preventative Maintenance is the only number you'll need. Maine Preventative Maintenance is also a registered and recommended heat pump installer with Efficiency of Maine. You may even be eligible for financing through Efficiency of Maine. Emergencies always happen at the most inconvenient times. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until something happens. Call Maine Preventative Maintenance today for peace of mind. Maine Preventative Maintenance, 465-4505, 465-4505.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeremy.
We are JDH3 Designs.
We're a Maine family offering laser engraving of just about anything and custom apparel. We love to work with other local businesses as well as people within the community to bring your design ideas to life.
JDH3 Designs. Visit their website at jdh3designs.com and like them on Facebook. JDH3 Designs. They customize just about anything.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, back here at Veterans Field in Oakland. More of our pregame show as Greely and Messalonskee girls lacrosse get ready to get at it here in a matter of, 7 or 8 minutes. So the playoff schedule that we have so far, always subject to change, but right now this is what we have. On Tuesday, we have a prelim softball game between Lawrence and Coney. They'll play at 6 o'clock at Coney High School, great field that they have there at Coney High School. Obviously, with lights, probably won't need them, but they are there. So 6 o'clock, Coney Lawrence. That's the 10-7 matchup in Class B North. Then we go to Wednesday. We're back here in Oakland for the Class A North quarterfinals in baseball. Mount Ararat taking on Messalonskee. They'll play at 3 o'clock. We'll have live coverage here on The Score. Then Thursday up in Skowhegan, the softball playoffs. It's the Class A North softball playoffs between the Lewiston Blue Devils and the Skowhegan Riverhawks. They'll play at 3:30. All our games at centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports, all presented by Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Your future begins here by Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville and by Hammond Lumber Company. The entire schedule is on our website, centralmainsports.com. That's centralmainsports.com. And, of course, after every game is done, stored in the vault. Go to centralmainsports.com, click on Vault. They're all there, absolutely free, and they're also on our YouTube channel, at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. That's at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. And on YouTube this summer, and also at centralmainsports.com this summer, some exciting features we're cooking up behind the scenes that I think you're really going to like.
Yeah, I think as we say, we're the place for local sports, and I think that will be further deepened this summer with some historical.
We're going to amplify it.
Yeah. Amplify is a good word.
Not just with live games, which we're not going to stop doing because we do have things that we can do this summer, and we will do them. But we will, I guess, enhance what we do with some great features, some more longer content features.
Well, one of the things I think that makes sports so good, especially when you talk about the high school and the local levels, right, is tradition and history. That's what makes, rivalries are what's so good and what has mostly been eliminated from professional sports, unfortunately.
And major college sports, too.
And so, with realignment, that's fair. And so that is just I think something we're looking forward to in terms of, I think, contextually adding more to the story of the schools that we get to cover.
Yes. And there's a lot of history, and we've sort of come up with some preliminary ideas on things that we're going to do, people that we're going to talk to, teams that we're going to talk about, and not just people and teams, but also places as well.
You got to have somewhere to go, right?
There used to be on Channel 6 back in the old days in Portland, WCSH, there used to be a segment they did with Cliff Reynolds, the late Cliff Reynolds, who was a great reporter for them, called People, Places, and Things. And this is going to be people's, places, and things.
Yeah, it's basically, for those that are not trying to envision it, what's going to happen is Mike's going to just drive me around Central Maine and show me all these places that things happen, whether they exist or not. Like when we were down in Lewiston, we talked about the boxing match, or where your dad had his hand split open, like stuff like that.
I don't think that field still exists anymore. But anyway, I don't have the catcher's mitt that he was wearing back then, but I do have the glove that he used when he was playing in the field, not catching. I still have that from 1943.
Wow.
And it looks exactly, and it smells exactly like you think it would. All right, we're almost set to go here as Messalonskee takes on Greely girls lacrosse. We get to it right after this on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way,
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
An absolutely perfect afternoon to play lacrosse here in Oakland. Game time temperature 69 degrees with the wind at 14 with the gusts. Beautiful day to play. And so here we go, regular season finale here on The Score before we go to the playoffs next week, starting on Tuesday with a softball prelim game between Coney and Lawrence on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. That'll be our first postseason game, that prelim game, seen on centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, and on YouTube at Central Maine Sports.
Is this the part where you say, play-ins? They should have just left the playoffs at their traditional numbers.
No, I'm not hardcore like that. I think at the high school level, without letting everybody in, having some prelims, you earn your way in, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, especially baseball, well, softball a little bit less so, right? Because pitchers can just pitch forever, but baseball and stuff, you know, you're not, even if you win, you're not at an advantage because you probably had to use one of your better arms to win that first one.
Exactly. All right, Maya Vickerson down to our left, wearing number 30 for the Greely Rangers. Down to our right is Adriana Pettengill. Pettengill wears number 6. Messalonskee in the home whites with the blue numerals and letters, and the red shorts, and Greely in the green.
Maroon.
Is it maroon?
It's maroon.
I'm colorblind, man.
I know.
And I just proved it right there. Greely in the maroon that looks green to me uniforms.
Green would fit better with Rangers in my personal
That's what I was
opinion.
thinking, you know?
I do agree with that.
That's really maroon?
Yeah.
Boy, that looks so green to me. All right, here come the maroon-clad Greely Rangers, and right side, it is Jane Flynn. Flynn to the top, that is, goes to Miller. Miller goes in, and we immediately get a save by Pettengill.
Nice, easy one, too, which I think is always good for your goalie to try and get some rhythm.
Get your feet wet, so to speak. And here comes Messalonskee on the offense. They get it over midfield. Ball loose there. Trying to pick it up is E.J. Parsons. Now the Eagles driving to the net. Here is Morrill. Morrill takes it in, and as she goes in, we get a whistle and a violation called.
See where they're going to give the restart if they're going to get... Okay, out of the deep arc. So not quite the penalty shot.
Right. So Isabella Morrill lobs it back out front for Parsons. Parsons gets it back. Parsons tries to split a double team. Couldn't ram her way through that. Lobs it over on the right. Now they'll work it. Nope. Thought they were going to go to Morrill up front. Instead, keeping it on the side is Gilbert. Now driving to the net hard is Massey, and it just bounces up, and it's an easy stop there for Vickerson.
And she just wasn't able to get anything through the contact there. Again, Greely playing that zone. See how Messalonskee handles. You got to get two defenders to collapse and move it, right? You got to move the ball.
Not a great outlet pass by Vickerson, but saving the day is Lydia Miller. Miller works it to the middle to Eva Williams. Williams lobs it ahead. Flynn to the net driving. It's Kelman, and Kelman shoots and scores. Asia Kelman, a minute 48 in, and Greely draws first blood.
Transition, right? It's a good opportunity, especially Messalonskee kind of messing around there. Couldn't really do anything as Kelman did a nice job getting some inside position and switched that left hand, able to bury it.
So Kelman, a captain, scores at 1:48, and Greely is up 1-0. So a good start on the road for the late arriving Rangers who had to fight some traffic coming up 295 North.
Mostly boats.
Mostly boats being towed. All right, picking it up now, and coming on the break is Parsons. Parsons knocked out. Good trail check.
Nice job. You can't leave that stick behind you when you beat your defender.
You cannot, and here comes Greely. Flying up for Greely is Kelman again. Kelman goes to the left hand, now to the right hand. Kelman over on the right side for Lord. Kylie Lord fakes one way, goes the other. Now drops it back out front for Kelman. Asia Kelman, a senior. Reverses, stops, comes out of the basket. Just as she was about, I think, to let one rip. Ball came out of the basket loose, and Messalonskee trying for a scoop there. Parsons, and they're going to give it to the Eagles.
They're going to get pushed. That was a nice. I didn't see who the primary defender was there for Messalonskee, but right as Kelman was going to hit the brakes, I think it shoot. Kind of just basically got it stripped.
All right, Parsons trying to get up the sideline before she gets sealed off. Avoids a couple of checks. Parsons shows her speed. E.J. Parsons to the net. Parsons laid it over on the right side, and Morrill couldn't handle the pass. She probably had a great scoring opportunity, had she. Kate Dubbert comes up with it now. For Greely, pass in the middle. There is Kelman. Kelman does a lot of work for Greely, at least she has so far. Here's Kelman down the left side. Pulls up. And they'll set it up. Kelman to the top now to Ingersoll. Goes by her and all the way to the near sideline to Kelsey Crocker. Crocker lobs it down low for Williams. Williams looking it over. 8.5 to go in the first. It's 1-0 Greely. Rangers get a goal from Asia Kelman. And get off to a good start right off the bus. Here's Williams. Williams back to Crocker. Crocker trying to drive to the net. Can't shut down there. Now to Lord. Kelsey Lord fakes right, goes left, now reverses. Lord checked well. She lowers her head, goes in and scores. Kylie Lord with a terrific goal. Some improvisation there, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, nice job. It's good individual defense, like you said, and Lord just finally able to get a step, and as she does, able to beat her defender and then beat Pettingill.
So Kylie Lord scores. Time of the goal, 3:59, and Greely up 2-0.
Right there, because with Messalonskee playing man, there's a lot of open space there, so it makes the slide harder to come, and she does a nice job there just winning her one-on-one matchups. Really
Parsons and Miller, a pair of, I was going to say 11, but then I see it's not 11. It's Eva Williams, 21. Took away my thunder there. Look at Oh, Kelman takes it down. And just like an ice cream cone, fires it in and scores. She made that look easy.
You got to be right there. That late on that slide, I think, to close out that opportunity was Madison Wills. You just got to cut those lanes off, especially when you see a defender, I think, is already beat. Give Kelman already 2.
And talk about putting Messalonskee right on their heels.
I mean, we talk about it a lot, right? With the boys lacrosse, you think of the face-up, but the draw, same thing. You can play make it, take it if you can win those draws.
You sure can, and Williams did. Got it to Kelman. The rest was history. Kelman buried it. She's got 2. Kylie Lord with the 3rd.
I think we just got to switch here. I think Bell and Kakamo, I believe, just switched spots. I think from attack to midfield.
Okay.
Gets Kakamo in on the defensive side, I believe.
Alexa Kakamo wearing number 3, and off the draw, they blow it dead. We'll do it again.
Nobody thrown out, though, the circle.
Massey and Williams will take the draw here. Up in the air she goes, and it comes down to Messo. Maybe. Trying to scoop it is Gilbert. Gilbert gets it. Gilbert over to Parsons. That's where they want it. Parsons veers in. Parsons knocked out from behind. Good check there. From the blind side, ball loose, scooped up, and run off by Kylie Crocker. Crocker, a senior defender.
That's the downside of Parsons beating all those defenders. You're not paying attention. There's a lot of trail checkers hanging out behind you.
All right, here's Miller's pass. Not connecting, and picking it up is Elsie Bell. Bell ducks under a check by Kelman. A lazy pass up top looking for Massey. It was intercepted, at least for the moment anyway. And getting on that now for Messalonskee, Zoe Gilbert. Gilbert over to Morrill. Isabella Morrill switches hands. Morrill out front now for Parsons. Parsons gets it back from Kakamo. E.J. Parsons. Pass in the middle for Massey. Chloe checked. Right now, Greely doing a heck of a job keeping Messalonskee on the perimeter. Parsons can't duck down. She does get in, spins in 3 Greely players, and they take it away.
I mean, similar in basketball, right? Generally, the concept, right, is you beat a zone by passing.
Lydia Miller. Miller works it ahead for Lord. Lord's got 1 of their 3. Asia Kelman with the other 2. Coming down to halfway through the first. 3-0 Greely. In front, all alone, the shot is wide. I don't know how Jane Flynn missed the net, but she did.
I actually think Pettingill got a piece of that.
All right, so we'll give Pettingill credit.
We'll take a look when we get a chance here.
All right, Kelman. Kelman, near side. Kelman in front. That's intercepted. It's loose right there at the doorstep of Adriana Pettingill, and Pettingill scoops. But, she lost it.
No,
I thought she had it. She never really had it.
No.
So Pettingill was not able to get control of it, and it's Greely retaining control of it. All the action in really close. Here's Kelman. Kelman backs it out. Kelman to Crocker. Crocker angles in, a grounder and a save. That's a good stop by Pettingill. Ball still loose. Now they blow it dead. And this should go to Messo, and it is. Lele Mayayo, their senior exchange student, up the right side, trying to get it to Gilbert. Gilbert pushes it ahead. Morrill can't pick it up. Now picking it up, it's Crocker. Crocker tried to get it ahead to Lord, didn't connect, and it's picked up by Messo. The lead pass up to Kakamo. Kakamo and Massey almost collided. Now it's Avery Bush for Greely. To Kelman. Kelman down the left side. Kelman stops, goes to the right hand. Pass almost picked off and tended there for Ingersoll, coming all the way over to the near side. Kakamo can't get it. It's scooped up by Audrey Ingersoll. Ingersoll to Kelman. Asia Kelman hangs on to it. Right side for Crocker. Crocker stops. Now to Casey Lord. Lord backs it out to Kelman. Kelman backs it out right on the doorstep, the shot, and somehow Pettingill made the save there on Casey Lord.
Wow.
That was point blank, baby. You can't get any more point blank. Here's Isabella Morrill. It is 3-0 Greely. Back to Parsons.
Thus far, Messalonskee's kind of just tried to brute force their way. The zone has just collapsed. We've seen it happen to Parsons a couple times, and she just can't. All that contact, she just drops the ball because she can't get through. You got to move the zone.
Yeah, not much cutting and not much attempt, that is, to get it behind the net. That ends up, I think it was whacked out by Greely. No, they're going to say it is the Rangers' ball.
Yeah, I think it was. I think there was a check, but it was last touch. It was out of the Messalonskee stick. So now you get a turnover. Just can't get anything going for the Eagles on offense.
All right, speeding up the field for Greely, Kate Dubbert. Pass midfield intended for Williams, didn't connect, and it's going to go to Messo here on the restart. All right, Massey spins. Massey to the middle. Massey gets a shot off and scores. Chloe Massey gets Messo on the board. It is 3-1.
That's just determination because that's off of 1 foot. She's not planted at all and able to just basically muscle that one in.
So Massey scores at 9:22. And Messalonskee gets a much-needed goal. It is 3-1.
Yeah, and good to see. I think Messalonskee has good individual players, right? Massey, Parsons, obviously we talk a lot about a lot. But I think the key to success is consistent success, especially to keep pace with a Greely team who really likes to drive the scoring paces down based on their season averages. You're going to have to move the zone and pass. Make the zone move.
All right, Parsons wins the draw, goes back in the defensive zone, but they've got to get possession of it. Loose ball. And scooping it up there, running out of the pack with it, Zoe Gilbert. Gilbert up the right. On the sidelines, and a restart here.
Too aggressive defense from Greely. Too physical.
All right, Morrill to the middle to Massey. Massey missed the pass, picked up by Ingersoll. Audrey Ingersoll. She's got good speed. Ingersoll to the middle. Ingersoll drops it off on the left for Flynn, right in front, and Pettingill scoops it up with the stick. Right there on the doorstep was Eva Williams. Are they going to give it back to Greely?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what the call is because I think a check knocked it loose. I think we're still getting an explanation. I thought initially it was Greely stepping in the crease because Pettingill hasn't given the ball up yet.
No. And now she's told to.
Yeah.
All right, Williams to the cutter, and Kelman buries it. So Greely gets it right back, and Asia Kelman makes it 4-1.
Give her a hattie. That one, that's I think a nicely designed play because you get all those cutters going through, and then Kelman's the trailer. You just completely lose sight of her.
Time of the goal is 10:34. And as AJ said, that is a hattie already for Asia Kelman. If I had a hat, I would throw it on the field right now.
You think Mr. Foy would be kind enough to return it to you?
He would probably suspend me.
It was just.
Chad is actually wearing a hat over there on the far sidelines. It would be highly inappropriate and irregular for the AD of the opposing school to throw a hat on the field when a member of the team playing your team scores a hat trick.
I would not advise that.
That would be really awkward. Here comes Messo. You know who. It's Parsons. Parsons dodging everybody. And a whistle.
They're going to give her, I think, the 10 yards out here. So she's got a little bit of space, but that 8 yards is when you get the one-on-one with the goalie.
Right. So here's E.J. Parsons. Faked a pass, goes around, tried a sort of a jump shot, and she might have gotten nudged a little bit as she was taking the shot, and it went high.
Yeah, I think she was, and that's why she's going to set up. So now she moved up to the 8 yards, so she's got a one-on-one here with Vickerson.
Absolutely. You know E.J. Parsons is going to drive this one right to the net. There she goes, and a save is made by Vickerson. Maya Vickerson with a big stop. Keeps her team in front 4-1. 20 seconds to go in the first. Here is Kelman, who has been major league trouble. Right side Williams. Williams wearing a heavy knee brace, as you can see, on the right knee. Right in front, doorstep. Oh, and a score.
Save.
Oh, wow, I saw raised sticks. You're right, Pettengill made the stop, and that's it. So Adriana Pettengill with highway robbery there in front on Jane Flynn. And that's it for the first period, but a great start off the bus for the Greely Rangers. Score after one is Greely 4, Messalonskee 1. This is girls high school lacrosse on the Score.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Today's game on the Score brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts here at CMCC. 4-1 Greely. We go to the second. Goalkeepers switching sides. Maya Vickerson down to our right. Adriana Pettengill, who made a great save at the end of the first, down to our left.
And Messalonskee's got to find a way to do something other than just basically lower your head and try and pound your way to the
face-off right
zone
into the stick of Kelman. Asia Kelman, who's got 3 goals already.
She had a lane there. She wanted it.
She is a troublemaker. She takes it to the net, and another great stop by Pettengill. Boy, Kelman is an absolute snipe artist. Here's Flynn. Flynn in. Flynn missed. Behind the net, we've got a race for it there. Madison Wills fighting Lord. What's it going to be?
Curious to see the ruling here, because that hit Wells' sticks. It would have been out of bounds, and then it would have been a judgment of who's closest.
Well, it's Messo's ball. It's Wills.
A little bit of an explanation there.
Goes to Pettengill. Right side to Roderick. Juliana Roderick. Just in the game. Roderick in traffic. Probably should have gotten rid of that sooner. Loose ball scooped up on the near side by Miller. It's going to go to Greely. Nope, check that. It's 21 Eva Williams. All right, Williams cruising down the left. Checked by Roderick. Williams takes it to the top now to Ingersoll. Ingersoll closes in, shoots and scores. Audrey Ingersoll makes it 5-1.
And Greely's just not doing anything really that complicated. They're just spreading out the Messalonskee defense and winning their one-on-one matchups. Right there you see there's nowhere for the slide to come from, or it comes late. It should come off the wings, and Ingersoll just cuts through. Nobody there. Now it's just one-on-one with her and Pettengill.
So Audrey Ingersoll, a sophomore, mentioned in an email that I got from Becca Kolker this morning about her ability as a youngster in this program. She scores.
Commanding lead for the Rangers now.
So they got here late, and it hasn't mattered. No bus legs. They were ready to rock and roll.
And it's starting to get flashbacks to last night, Mike, where I thought Crowley for Gardner in the boys lacrosse game played excellent. Problem is, he was just getting peppered with shots constantly, and you can only save so many.
Exactly. You can't stop them all when you see that many. All right, here is Elsie Bell, one of our favorites. High motor player for sure. Lost it, though.
Yeah,
they're going to give it back to
a little bit of a cross check.
Yeah. All right, here's Bell.
Even here, I think, Mike, you see a little bit here on the clearing, sort of one on everybody.
Yeah, that case, it was 1-on-3, and Kelman looking to make him pay. Takes it to the net. Kelman knocked out, and boy, Messalonskee needed that as Roderick knocked it out of her stick. And even though it may result in a 10-yard out shot, at the moment it was a good play.
They're lucky. I thought that was some head contact. Luckily not to get a card.
All right, Kelman with 3 goals against Pettengill. 1-on-1 here. To the net, the shot, the score.
She's already got 4.
That is almost too easy. Asia Kelman has 4 of the 6. It's 6-1 Greely. Rangers pouring it on early.
Man, the problem is that I think the offense is stagnant for Messalonskee when they do get possession because, it's just kind of one on everybody, and that it's just not going to work. And then I think to this point, a quarter and a fourth into this one, I think Greeley's been a little bit better on the ground ball and clearing game.
Well, yeah, the one on everyone just isn't going to work, and Cora Kluge has got to implore her team to start passing the ball.
You got to, and especially clears when you're drawing 3 defenders. Somebody else has got to be open.
You got 3 defenders on you. There are people open, and at the same time, you also have a violation off the draw. At the same time, those people who are open have to make it known that they're open and get within vision of her.
Yeah, but to illustrate the point, we're talking about the number of shots. Here you go, Mike. 2 minutes into the second quarter, 6 saves, 6 goals against for Pettengill. That's 12 shots on goal.
That's too heavy a burden.
That is not a great ratio.
No, not a good recipe for success. Ingersoll gets the face-off or the draw. And Ingersoll up the middle, pass goes by, trying to run it down. Williams, right there was Kaya Perkins. She couldn't get it. Running out of the pack with it is Morrill. Morrill's lead for Massey didn't connect. Rolls loose, though. Ventimiglia had a crack at it, missed it. Now scooping it up is Crocker, another one of the captains. Crocker up to Williams. In the middle, nice pass, Ingersoll. Ingersoll lobs it ahead. Right there, the turn, the shot, the score, Jane Flynn.
Flynn did a nice job. She was open, I think, early. Ingersoll saw her late, but she did a nice job planting her feet, turning, and burying it.
Right now, Greely putting on a clinic.
And just starting to, I think, snowball a little bit where Messalonskee just can't get anything going.
I was just going to say, this would be a good time for Cora Kluge to take a timeout. Lo and behold, she read my mind. Timeout on the field by Messalonskee. 9:09 to go in the first half. It is all Greely. Rangers 7, Messalonskee 1. This is Girls High School Lacrosse on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
The monkey has prime!
This season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston. 7:01, Greely Rangers on top of the Messalonskee Eagles. We are set to go after the timeout called by Messo. 9:09 to go in the first. If you go to centralmainsports.com and click on Vault, you can always find every game that we've ever done there available to you to watch on demand, absolutely free 24/7. Same thing on our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. Every game always there.
Man, if you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm really in the mood to see some cool buzzer beaters, I might suggest you go back to the winter season. We had a few.
We did.
Messalonskee was involved in most of them.
One of them right here and one of them involving the Eagles up in Skowhegan. We had some wing dingers for sure. All right, so after the Flynn goal and the Messalonskee timeout, on the draw at midfield. And it is won easily by Williams. To Kelman, look out. Asia Kelman has been a menace if you're a Messalonskee fan. Kelman switches hands, now drops it back off. She goes to the net. Turning there in front is Maya Tracy. Tracy lost it back outside on the wing. It's Kaya Perkins. Perkins dropped it off for Tracy. Tracy reverses. Tracy runs into a quadruple team, I think, or maybe just a triple team. Just 3 Messalonskee defenders there, and play stopped, and she's going to get a free shot at it.
Yeah, break there for her because I don't think that was the wisest of decisions, but she's going to get the 8-yarder.
Yep, so Maya Tracy, Adriana Pettengill, one-on-one. Goes in. She looked like she was going to fake a dish off, and that slowed the play down, and it ends up in moral stick.
I think also Parsons, has it now, and I think Parsons actually got a better jump off the whistle than she did.
Kakamo in the middle for Ventimiglia, didn't connect right there on the doorstep, and it's scooped up by Maya Vickerson.
And Messalonskee just not as sharp to start this game either.
Far side Miller. Back to Vickerson. Vickerson over to Dubbert. Good job to handle it. Pass up to Ingersoll. Did not catch it. It's Massey instead on the intercept. Massey gets it inside to Morrill. Morrill lost it. Morrill got it back. Morrill tries to get to the net. Cannot. Taken away. And running it out of there is Lydia Miller.
It was a great ride by Messalonskee and just couldn't get anything out of it.
Look at the speed. Kelman down the right side. Asia Kelman knocked out of the basket. Kelman recovers. Kelman has 4 of their 7. 7 minutes to go in the first. Ingersoll to Williams. Williams backs it out, and
you get Parsons for a extension, right? You can body, and she extended the arms, though.
So a restart here from 15 yards away for Eva Williams to Flynn. Flynn, a grounder, and it's a very easy save on a hop there for Pettengill. Right. Cleared up to Kakamo, couldn't handle. But Messo able to come up with it. Bell Bell left side to Morrill. Morrill has to run down the loose ball. Morrill checked on the play by Miller. Takes it to the net, or angles close to the net. Goes inside. Didn't get anything on the shot. Pretty easy save there by Vickerson. And Vickerson has it.
Just the third save made by Vickerson. Like you said, just not much on it.
Kakamo with the steal. Alexa Kakamo knocked out, and that is going to result in a restart. To the top now to E.J. Parsons. Parsons and Bell will run the weave. Bell shut down, pass to Parsons, didn't have much on it. She comes back, rakes it up, 5.5 to go in the first half. Parsons trying to angle in. Kylie Crocker and the official made eyes at each other. A shot right on there by Ventimiglia, but really a soft ball. And an easy stop.
Defense for Greely's doing a nice job of limiting shots. Obviously, they forced several turnovers, but they're getting the right amount of contact right to take off the steam on the shot.
Loose ball, Parsons. Parsons hits, and that's an extension of the arms there.
Is she going to get the 8-yard variety here?
So E.J. Parsons with a chance to get Messo's second goal. Straight away. Parsons goes in and scores. And it's 7-2.
Need a lot more of that from Messalonskee. And again, I know the one on everyone, you kind of hope you can draw those whistles of physical contact. Greely's obviously done a nice job of being able to play physical without giving up a ton of those penalty shots. I mean, you're going to give up some, but obviously sitting at 7-2, they've done a nice job thus far. And I still think the key for Messalonskee, you just got to get that zone to move.
Top of the goal, 7-19, makes it 7-2. A much-needed goal for Messo.
I will say, though, as we, more than halfway through this, the Messalonskee obviously has improved in the fact that they haven't gotten any of those yellow cards. They actually really haven't given up that many penalty shots. Problem is that Kelman has just still torched them.
All right, Williams off the faceoff. She ends up with it. Williams pass, not much on it, picked off by Morrill. Now it's taken back by Greely. Now a battle for it on the near sidelines right in front of us. Sarah Leifert in the game, number 8 for Messalonskee. Got it over to Massey. Massey loose ball. Pops up into the air to Dubbert. And now here comes Greely. It's Perkins. Kaya Perkins. Knocked out of the basket by Lele Mayayo. And they're going to restart it, give it to Greely. To the net, Williams. Williams changed hands. Lobs it right there, coming up from behind. Great play, and I think Pettengill got it or Pipe got it, one of the two.
I think the defender blocked it, actually.
That was Kylie Lord, who came out of nowhere from out back.
Yeah, give a credit to that was Sarah Leifert able to knock that one down before it even got to Pettengill.
Parsons knocked out. She's going to get it back. EJ takes it down. Had an opening, then it closed up, then it's knocked out, and it's scooped up and run out by Kylie Crocker.
Really does a nice job at that zone. Just basically zips up as she gets a step, and there's another defender right there on her backside.
Pass gets by Williams all the way back to Roderick. Juliana Roderick up to Parsons. EJ at the 30. Looking it over. 3 minutes to go in the first. 7-2 Greely. Rangers ran out to a 3-0 lead and have not looked back. Parsons waiting for the offense to move. Inside to Massey. Massey, and we've got a restart coming.
I'm going to guess she's going to get the 15. Yeah, she didn't quite make it to the 10 yards. So 15-yard variety here, but some space to work with.
Massey shoots, and a save by Vickerson. Pretty easy stop.
Yeah. I think what you see is, opposite corner for Messalonskee, that first cutter runs through backside. Vickerson.
Yeah, she's in trouble right now, and she falls down. Vickerson gets up, harassed on the play by Kakamo. Got to get some help. And finally, well, she threw it away. Tried to get it over on the wing there to Miller. Never was able to get it through.
That was
an ugly about 20 or 30 seconds there.
I'm going to call that one a break for the Rangers. I'm not really sure what she was looking for.
Under 2 minutes to go. Knocked out. Here's Parsons.
Uh-oh.
Parsons, but Greely is back.
She's got Ventimiglia.
Parsons goes in. Parsons shoots, and it hits somebody right on the head. That is an awful way to block a shot. As it hit a Greely defender. That's Katie Dubbert. Right on the bean.
Look, I'm never going to be against my star player trying to make star effort. You had Ventimiglia wide open on the backside.
Yeah.
You got to give that up.
Yeah, she did. So Katie Dubbert shakes that off.
Oh, Parson. They're going to give her the follow-through, the dangerous follow-through rule in girls lacrosse. And so I got to see real quick, take a look at the replay.
Yeah, let's get a look at what really happened.
I got to be honest. I don't know. I'm not as up to date on the rules in terms of what exactly is dangerous follow through. I think that's a little bit of because of what happened more so than anything. But it's just another example, I think, Mike, of you give that ball up to Ventimiglia by herself. That definitely doesn't happen.
1:39 to go in the first half. Timeout on the field. The score: Greely 7, Messalonskee 2. You're watching and listening to high school lacrosse on the Score.
If you have been looking or wanting a complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor for residential or commercial all under one roof, Maine Preventative Maintenance is the only number you'll need. Maine Preventative Maintenance is also a registered and recommended heat pump installer with Efficiency of Maine. You may even be eligible for financing through Efficiency of Maine. Emergencies always happen at the most inconvenient times. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until something happens. Call Maine Preventative Maintenance today for peace of mind. Maine Preventative Maintenance, 465-4505, 465-4505.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeremy.
We are JDH3 Designs.
We're a Maine family offering laser engraving of just about anything and custom apparel. We love to work with other local businesses as well as people within the community to bring your design ideas to life.
JDH3 Designs. Visit their website at jdh3designs.com and like them on Facebook. JDH3 Designs. They customize just about anything.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
All right, Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here live at Veterans Field in Oakland. And as you can see, that's EJ Parsons over there on the far side having a conversation, which was something she did most of the time we were away, trying to get clarification on what she did there to draw a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, so the call was dangerous follow-through, which you can get as an offensive player with how I think it has to do with a little proximity of defender. I don't know about that. Unfortunate for the Greely defender to get bonked on the head, but going to happen, I think, sometimes. I think a little bit of – I don't know that I would necessarily agree with that call. The more important thing is that we saw this in Lincoln Academy. Parsons picked up a yellow card in the first half. She picked up a second one real early, and that means she's sitting. And here, right again, as Coach talked about for Messalonskee, one of their keys, you pick up one, I think, a little bit due to bad circumstances, but again – you got a teammate wide open on the backside.
Should have passed that
Just
ball.
give it up.
And that would have taken the yellow card off the table. Quickly zipping it ahead to Lord. Lord right there in front. The shot and a score by Kaya Perkins. That was way too easy.
That was just textbook fast break. And I don't want to pile on the Eagles, but, Mike, I think you see right there, the ball moves faster when you move it out of your stick.
Time of the goal, 10:33 to make it 8-2. And that took just 12 seconds after the timeout.
Yeah, it's still a minute 48, a player up advantage for the Rangers.
And it was all done by crisp passing.
Ball moves faster. Any sport, right?
Yep.
Puck moves faster passing it than it does skating.
Yep.
Ball moves faster passing it than it does you dribbling it. But that was textbook fast break.
Williams on the draw with Kakamo. Won by Williams to herself. Right down Broadway she goes. Williams to the right. She'll take it out back. Knocked out. Good defense played there by Lele Mayayo. Back with it is Eva Williams. Drops it off sideline for Lord. Lord to the middle, pushed away, and that is going to result in a violation.
A little hip check there. I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I think they called actually something with a stick as opposed to hip fracture. I think that Messalonskee hasn't helped themselves in running into contact, but there's been physical contact on the other side. I don't know that it's equally been whistled.
All right, 1-on-1. Here's Lord. Goes in and scores. Kylie Lord.
Her second of the day. It's already 2 goals on this player up, and there's still a minute 18.
Still a lot of time left. 9-2. Lord's goal comes at 11:03. And Greely is rolling.
And I feel like they're starting to assert themselves right at the face-off draws, or the midfield draw. Face-off draw. If I just use both, then I can't be wrong.
Right. All right, Williams on the draw with Kakamo.
And there you saw that was an advantage right there from the player down because there's no Messalonskee player back there.
Avery Bush able to get it to Flynn. Jane Flynn to Kelman. Kelman in close, shot, score. Eva Williams 10-2.
That was a great pass.
Time of the goal, 11:20.
That now gives Greely with 2, 3, 4, 5 different players who have at least a goal and a assist.
They have spread the wealth. And I think the most impressive thing about them piling up 10 goals here, and hey, there's 40 seconds left, is the passing.
Yeah, especially player down, right? There's even more space, and they're taking advantage of it.
40 seconds left. Popped right up in the air, right to the net. It's Kelman. Kelman pulls back. Another great pass and another great finish by Eva Williams. Holy smokes, that's impressive.
And it's right. What a great player does. She's got 4 goals, draws in all that attention, and Williams just goes right down Broadway all by herself.
That took 10 seconds.
Wow. They have scored 4 goals on this player up, and there is 50 seconds left.
Yeah, they have scored 4 goals in 57 seconds. That is good.
They are taking advantage of this player up in a big way.
And still 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah.
50 seconds left on the Parsons penalty. Now Messo gets possession. And Gilbert gets it ahead. Kakamo. Kakamo's lead handled nicely by Morrill. Morrill takes it to the net, has to retreat somewhat. Now over on the near side. Want to get a shot off here. If you can, pass is missed by Ventimiglia. Not going to. Loose ball picked up by Dubbert. She'll run clock out to Williams, and that's it for the first half. A domination situation for the Greely Rangers. The score at the half, the Greely Rangers 11 and the Messalonskee Eagles 2. It's halftime. We'll be back after this on The Score.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse. Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, Ashley Dunn, Tyler Rigney, our score crew back here live at Veterans Field in Oakland. It is halftime here on the Score, and it has been a first-half party for the Greely Rangers. Halftime's brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HammondLumber.com. A late arriving bunch of Greely Rangers, some traffic issues on 295, so they didn't get here until about 3:40 for a 4 o'clock start. No bus legs at all for Greely. No. They got off the bus, pumped and jacked and ready to play, led by Asia Kelman, who's got 4 goals here in the first half, including 3 in the first period alone, as you watch her take it right down the field right here and beat Adriana Pettengill. Just an incredible offensive display in the first half by Greely, and I think, as I said just before we went out to our halftime break, it's the passing that's been so pretty.
Well, especially right there on the stretch, E.J. Parsons goes out for Messalonskee with the yellow card, so Greely gets 2 minutes of man up, and all they do is win the draw, pass, 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 goal. Win the draw, pass, 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 goal.
Literally.
Like 4 straight times. And it's a great way, like you said, doing it because they just move the ball so quickly. Because how many seconds, the 4 goals, they burned up
57.
57 seconds to score 4 goals.
Perkins at 10:33, Lord at 11:03. Williams scored the next two, one at 11:20 and one at 11:30. So at 10:33, 30 seconds before the next goal, then 17 seconds, then 10 seconds. So just lightning quick.
And you'll see those here as we get near the end of it. This is the stretch of them right here. You're seeing those watching our stream.
Watch the passing. It's just extraordinary.
And then you see, you're going to see, coming up, I forgot their 8 seconds. They're just the shorter clips. So there's Parsons that got the second goal. And you're going to see a stretch here because she picked up the penalty is pass, goal. And then what happens, I think, which has done a nice job, is that with 4 goals, what you saw there in the back half is Kelman do a nice job of drawing the attention and kicking, which is what I've been clamoring for Messalonskee to do in this first half.
Yep.
And Williams benefits there. And then this last one, Kelman, eyes on her. Williams, the trailer, goes right down Broadway. Nobody with her. Goal.
Yeah, I mean, she was a classic trailer there, blew right by everybody. Easy goal. That last one scored with 30 seconds to go. And the man-up situation has just crushed Messalonskee. I mean, even Greely was doing their thing, but the fact that Greely's got 4 goals here in a man-up in the last minute and a half of the first half. They'll start out with a brief amount of time. I can't remember what it is. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
To start the second half. But an 11-2 lead, they are in cruise control already.
Yeah, and I think they've really established themselves on the draws, right? So you can establish possession, especially when you score, so you can really start compounding and building that lead. For Messalonskee, they've just played into it. They haven't been as crisp, which doesn't help. I feel like there's just not passes that have been made when they've tried to in transition or even on the offensive side. But I think they've just really gotten out of their game plan. Massey and Parsons, I think, are really great individual dodgers. The problem is that Greely is doing a really good job on that zone, and there's no confusion with the slide. In that zone, the second defender knows they're pinching, and they've already, and you can see as we get back into this and Parsons gets back out of it, they actually pinch early. So they're already standing there, and Messalonskee, instead of trying to suck the zone in and kick and move the ball, Massey and Parsons especially have just tried to lower their head, and they end up running into 3 players, and the ball gets knocked out. Now it's going the other way, and you just saw the passing that the Rangers can display.
We are on to the playoffs on Tuesday. It's the Class B North prelim game between number 10 Lawrence, number 7 Coney. That's at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. That is on June 4th. Then on Wednesday, we go to baseball right back here in Oakland. Messalonskee and Mount Ararat play in the Class A North quarterfinals. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Thursday, back to softball. We'll be in Skowhegan, a 3:30 start as Lewiston takes on the Skowhegan Riverhawks, the number 1 team in Class A North. All of those games, centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, our YouTube channel, at Central Maine Sports. And remember, all of them end up in the vault afterwards. centralmainsports.com, click on vault. All of them also are always stored at our YouTube page, at Central Maine Sports.
And just to reiterate, that's not just this season. If you're thinking, oh, well,
everything.
No, when we last spring, this past fall, this past winter, it's all there.
No lie. All right, here we go.
I would never.
No, of course not. 20 seconds left on the penalty. They've got to put some time on the clock. Now we get that.
Now, one man-up opportunity for Greely. They've already scored 4 goals.
That is the ultimate in taking advantage of a situation. And here is Kelman. Talk about a great finisher. Asia Kelman with 4 goals, 3 in the first period. Kelman over to Lord. And Parsons 5 seconds away from returning. And we are back to even strength. Outside to Crocker as Parsons comes on the field. Out back to Lord. Lord to the side. Nice fake, and Williams can't use it.
That's a good recovery because Messalonskee willingly put themselves man down by swapping out, I think it was Kakamo for Parsons.
Crocker on the wing. Kelsey Crocker lays it off on the goal line to Casey Lord. Lord drifts out back, circles to the other side. Lord looking to curl, can't. Reverses course, back on the goal line. Now up top to Williams. Williams handles. Williams goes in. It's knocked out. It is loose right in front. Swept away by Chloe Massey. Can Massey get to it? Yes. Nice scoop up there by Chloe. Lost it out of the basket, though. Oops, Crocker tries to pick it up. Does. So Massey made a play, and then she didn't. Now to Lord.
Got pinched in on that sideline.
Lord to Williams. Williams, there's Kelman. Kelman in, scores.
Nothing fancy. She just curls there, and then as she catches, turns on the jets, gets some space, and goes oppo from her body. She shoots across and buries it in that top shelf.
Asia Kelman makes it 12-2, so the clock will run now with a 10-goal or more lead.
And before that, Mike, 11 goals given up by Messalonskee, 7 saves, so 18 shots on goal in the first half for Greely.
Yeah, Adriana Pettengill just peppered. Just absolutely peppered.
And depending on how this goes, obviously, if Greely holds a big lead, you may expect, obviously, a few, they don't have a big roster, but a few subs to get in. But Kelman flirting with one of our better stat lines already. I think the most points we've seen in a lacrosse game this season, I believe, is 11. And she's already got 7.
Okay, so it's 5-2, right?
Yeah.
Is that? Okay.
5 goals, 2 assists.
So 5-2 for Asia Kelman, who right now is the early clubhouse leader for the honor of being our score player of the game and getting the CMCC bag of swag, a bag from CMCC filled with swag like prime beverage from Valley Beverage in Lewiston, the score player of the game keychain, and a score t-shirt. That goes to every score player of the game. All right, Messo with the ball here for the first time in the second half. E.J. Parsons. Parsons to Massey. Chloe. To the top. Back to Parsons. Parsons defended right in her shirt defense, that's for sure, by Ingersoll. Parsons backs it out.
You see they're already pre-pinching.
Parsons is triple teamed.
She draws the whistle. It's a massive effort, but it's going to be the 15-yard, not the 10.
Parsons going to shoot it. What the heck? And she missed.
I mean, I think that's right, a little bit of frustration. It's just frustration for how the things have gone offensively.
Ventimiglia had it knocked right out of the basket by Lydia Miller, and Miller scooped it up.
Ooh. If I'm Ventimiglia, I'm frustrated that they just called Bell for that, but they didn't call for the bump back there.
All right, here is Kelman. She is trouble. Kelman flying. Kelman down the right side. Kelman knocked out of the stick there. Good defense by Mayayo.
Oh, boy. You're going to get Kelman 10 yards out? No, never mind. They backed her up. Okay, I thought she was going to get 10 yards. I was like, it's trouble. But Kelman, I think, was looking to dish it. Nice play.
Yeah, Mayayo got behind her. Trail check.
Hey, you got to know she's back there. In any whistle, right, you notice is what happens. That defender has to immediately go behind the offensive player. You know she's back there.
All right, over to Crocker. Kelsey Crocker. 12-2. To the top to Kelman. Kelman, great pass. Underneath it all, the turn, and the ball kind of flew out of the stick of Jane Flynn.
I don't know if that was Parsons, somebody in the center, whoever the Messalonskee defender was, I think got a piece of the stick just as she tried to shoot it. So completely knocked the shot off kilter.
All right, on the fly for the Eagles, Mayayo.
Just not a sharp passing day for the Eagles, not helping.
Dubbert with the steal for Greely, who are wearing maroon uniforms, I'm told.
Nice play by Parsons.
All right, here's E.J. Parsons. Parsons being chased. Ingersoll finally caught up, but Parsons slowed up. Sets up inside for one of the few times, and Massey can't get a shot away.
Again, a look, but to your point, Mike, right? I think she had 3 other players with her, and she sprints it up the whole way. And again, I'm not against that, but we've seen Greely do the exact opposite. The ball's staying hot. We're moving it.
Miller. To the middle to Lord. Casey Lord. Weaving through. Mayayo swats at her. Now to Kelman. Kelman lets everybody float by. She'll set it up on the right now to Crocker. Crocker takes it down low. A push there by Parsons. Not one that will draw a card, though.
She got to be careful. Yeah, she gets the second one. She's taking a seat. which would not be the first time that's happened this season. We've seen it.
All right, Crocker to Lord. Lord out back, goes right by Miller. Now to the front, it's Jane Flynn. Flynn back for Ingersoll. Nice job on the weave here by the Greely Rangers. Down low they go to Williams. Williams has had...
They got a whistle, I think, against Maio.
Okay. Williams had 2 goals late in the first half.
Now Lord's going to get the 10-yard variety shot, which means a couple of hard steps on a good jump, and you're one-on-one with that goalie.
Lord ready. Pettingill ready.
You got to reline him up.
To the net. The bouncer is too short. She left it too far in front of Ingersoll, and it bounced over the crossbar.
Break there for Messalonskee. They haven't really given up a ton of penalty shots. Defensively, I think they've done a nice job not giving up the whistle, though I suppose you would also, I hear Mike Violet saying to me, part of that is it's just Greeley's been very good offensively, period.
All right, Zoe Gilbert.
Again, just look at, you have all these players in front of you you can't get the ball to, and you turn it over.
Yep. I don't know what it is about Messalonskee not realizing that they're not doing that.
They're just not moving it. The ball's got to stay hot.
I mean, there were girls open. Here's Williams. Recognizable by that knee brace on her right knee. That looks like something Joe Namath wore back in 1968.
Yeah.
If you're of a certain age, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The glorious hair.
Yes, and the fur jacket when he was
That's
hurt
true.
on the
Showtime
sideline,
Joe.
which was a lot. So we could get into Joe Namath's stories. Oh, nice save there off the stick of Casey Lord by Adriana Pettingill. That was a tremendous save.
I thought we had a dead ball. My bad.
All right, in front. Another one. Another one. Jane Flynn, point blank. Couldn't have been more than 5 feet away, and Pettingill robbed her.
Yeah, right. I said in the first half, Pettingill had a stretch where it was feeling too much like the Gardner goalie last night, Crowley, who played so well.
He sure did.
Was just blitzed.
Here's EJ Parsons. Brings it up, brings it in close and missed. She says she got thumped in the head, no call.
I will say, I think there's been physical play both ways. I think Messalonskee's been at a disadvantage of the whistle. That being said, I also think it doesn't. Messalonskee's definitely not played in control, so I don't think that helps their case. And the other thing is, when you're hunting for the whistle, I think you're less likely to get the whistle.
Truer words right there. Ventimiglia. Trying to get it out front. Has to reverse course. Excellent defense. Laid it off on the sidelines for Zoe Gilbert and a stoppage.
They're going to get, I think, Crocker? No, sorry, backside. It was who was defending Ventimiglia. That's, I believe, Riley Record. Cool name. No, now she's talking to Crocker. I thought initially she was addressing Record.
No, it's 14 right there down below.
Yes,
so
Crocker.
It is Crocker. But that doesn't make Riley Record's name any less
cool.
cool.
No, it's way cool.
I mean, don't get me wrong here.
Somebody's got to cut or find some
That would be a
spacing.
good DJ name, huh?
Would.
Riley Record.
That should be like, I always hear, Jay always talks about the episode of, what's the radio show from this?
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yes, that one where, he becomes Johnny Fever, the disco.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Yeah, the disco DJ.
Now you're really going to get me off on a tangent.
I know.
All right. So nestled between Dr. Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap, ladies and gentlemen, it's Riley Record.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That would be so cool.
I think it's a cool name. Well, somebody, when Tyler goes down to take a picture of the player game, just ask her if she's interested in an internship. That's how it's got to start.
Hey, you want to be on the radio, Riley? And you don't have to change your name like so many have.
Yeah.
All right, here's a steal by Kelman. Kelman, lead pass for Jane Flynn.
Kelman trailing.
There's Kelman, trailer. Kelman, look at the pass and look at the finish. Beautifully done. Tic-tac-toe by the Greely Rangers. Kylie Lord scores. It's 13-2.
Give Lord her hat trick of goals and give Kelman now a hat trick of assists.
And again, not to just beat it to death, but the difference in the rush there by Greely as opposed to somebody from Messalonskee trying to plow through everybody. The passing, just heads up passing, and the finish right there by Lord. Just an easy cream puff of a goal. And it's 13-2, 20 seconds to go in the period. Williams to Kelman. Look out, pass ahead, and it's too far ahead of Kaya Perkins. And that'll just about run the clock out here with running time in the third. So the Greely Rangers 12 minutes away from getting on the bus and having a happy bus ride home. The score after 3, Greely 13, Messalonskee 2. You're watching and listening to Girls High School Lacrosse on The Score.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Anderson. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Anderson to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Anderson.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our score crew back here live, Veterans Field in Oakland. 13-2, the Greely Rangers having a party here as they got out to a 3-0 lead, and they have never looked back. They led 3-0 just over 4 minutes in. Kelman, Lord, and Kelman give them a 3-love lead, and they have rolled.
Yeah, I think obviously 2 goals only scored in that period running clock, obviously a big part of that, but I think Greely content to take the air out of the ball, but man, just as I was talking, Mike and I were talking obviously there at the commercial break, I would go to Central Maine Sports on YouTube and I would just snip out the second in that
all
last one in the third quarter, but the fast break because they just run it so well. They have their heads up, both the person with the ball and the players upfield, and they just, wow.
Yeah,
chef's kiss.
It's been great. It's been quite an exhibition, that's for sure.
And that zone has just bought. Messalonskee has played into the zone perfectly for Greely's defensive game plan, but I think they execute it well. They know where their slides are coming from. They do a nice job immediately attacking drivers.
All right, the draw to begin the fourth quarter. It is Chloe Massey for Messalonskee. Not sure who it is for Greely. It is 13 for Greely. That's Maeve. Is that how you pronounce her name? Maeve Russell? M-A-E-V-E. I'm running with it until I know otherwise.
Yeah, I would say Maeve.
I like that.
I do too.
I mean, we got Riley Record and we got Maeve Russell. That sounds like a movie star's name. Here's Ventimiglia in alone, and did it get knocked out of her stick from behind?
No, Vickerson got a piece of it.
Vickerson did get a piece of it as Ventimiglia was in alone. and could not score.
Occasionally that's going to happen, but a nice pass up Ventimiglia. You got a one-on-one opportunity because you keep your head up.
Ventimiglia, check that. That's Bell. Elsie couldn't get in front. To the top, now to Massey. Massey to the cutter. Ventimiglia didn't connect, and it's scooped up by Vickerson. And now we've got official stepping in there, and
I think got a whistle against Greely, I'm going to guess, because I'm going to guess if it was against Messo, they would have just played on.
Right.
Yep.
So, Eagles hang on to it. Sophia Ventimiglia. Over to Bell. Bell can't get in front. Got shut off by a Greely wall, and we've got a stoppage there.
And no card, but I think the ref initially signaled head contact. So Bell, I think, ought to get the 10-yarder here. So she got a clear path to the goal. Now,
All right, Elsie Bell,
say,
they're going to clear Riley Record out of there. So Bell can get to the net. Goes back outside to Morrill, now to E.J. Parsons. Now they work it to Massey. Massey goes in, and Massey scored! Nice goal by Chloe Massey. It is 13-3.
Talk about a high degree of difficulty.
Yeah, it was from a real tough angle. So Massey makes it 13-3.
I was going to give credit there. I was waiting until we got a chance to say, but it was a nice Lydia Miller closed off Bell, who then kicked it out after she had kind of the open lane there. It's a tough angle, but Massey kind of just wheels that one in.
Williams and Massey on this draw after the Massey goal. And right back to Parsons. Parsons, right down the middle. Parsons knocked out just as she got inside the 10. Loose ball to Kakamo. Kakamo right to the side. Ventimiglia got sealed off in a stoppage. And Greely player might have got hit high there. That was Kate Dubbert.
Yeah, Ventimiglia kind of ducked her head, a little worried there. She's going to catch like a stray butt end or something, too, and she draws the whistle.
So Sophia run on the goal line.
You're going to watch out for best chance to close that off is
Ventimiglia trying to get out in front. Can't, dumped it back to Parsons, so they can't get a shot there. Parsons tries to go, and she had it knocked out, but they're going to give it back to Messo.
And nice job again. Those pinching defenders, Crocker. I don't know. I forgot her name.
E.J. Parsons from 15 away. Better do something with it. Backs off from the pressure. Parsons over to Massey. Back over to Parsons. Nice slip move inside. Now pushed out, though. Couldn't do anything with it. Back to Kakamo. Now to Massey. Massey takes a trip in. Massey tries to power her way through.
And I think that's going to go as win against Massey. I don't know if it was offhand or something, but she did something and then turnover. The other problem I noticed too, Mike, is that was Massey, Kakamo, and Parsons all topside. So all your best drivers are standing all in the exact same spot.
Here's Kelman. Kelman slows it up, sets it up, avoids Massey's check. Over on the other side, not a good handle over there by Crocker. Bailed out, though, by her teammate, Kaya Perkins. Out back, it's Dubbert.
A lot of sisters on this Greely team.
All right. Trying to handle it is Kelman. Loose, and it's run down by Juliana Roderick. Check that. It's not Roderick. It's Madison Wills. Madison. Lob to the 40. Picked off there by Bush. Avery Bush. Switches, spins, lost it on the handle. Comes back out with it. We're down to 6:40 to go in this one. It is 13-3. Greely ahead. Avery Bush restarts to Ingersoll. To Perkins. Reverses to Kelman. Kelman, the trailer is Williams. Lost it. Williams got it back. Lost it. Got it back. Lost it again. Button, who's got the button? Scooped up by Emily Hammond.
I think they got Hammond for a trip, basically.
All right, so Williams on the restart. Williams drifting back. Lobs on the right to Lord. Ball's out. Kept alive by Perkins. Over to Crocker. Crocker angles out back. Crocker drops it off to Williams. To the cutter. Oh, right there at the side of the net was Lord, and the shot, no. Now the ball pops out. Crocker's got it.
That was I think a big-time save by Pettengill again. It was nice passing again.
Williams looked like she was going to get a shot off, then thought better of it. And now, as she tries to go in, a stoppage.
They got, I think, an arm extension there, and I think they moved her back. She's going to take the 15-yarder.
All right, so Williams from 15. Crocker to Kelman. Kelman steps back. When you're up by 10, you can take your time.
Kelman does a nice job of creating space legally. She kind of leans into the defender, and then when she hits the brakes, they kind of go by. It's a subtle touch, but it's nice.
Crocker reverses. Crocker, now to Lord. Casey to the cutter. Williams goes in, a high over the crossbar. And it bounces right back.
That's kind of a real simple, that play, they've run that several times. Just have players sweeping off the wing and see if you can get a step on your defender.
Crocker to the top. Defended by Gilbert. Pass over to Kelman. Asia Kelman has
whistle
5 goals, knocked out of the basket by Mayayo.
Yeah, she's got 8 points. She was well on pace, I think, to have our highest point total, but with a comfortable lead, Greely's been content to kind of just take the air out of the ball.
They've definitely taken their feet off the accelerators. All right, Kelman right down Broadway. Can she get 9? Yes, sir. Asia Kelman now with 6 and 3.
6 goals, 3 assists. They've taken their foot off the gas, but you give her 10 yards out one-on-one with a goal.
Oh, yeah, you're putting your foot back on the gas.
The shooter's going to shoot.
So Kelman makes it 14-3. So coming up next week, we are on to the playoffs. Nobody's playing on Monday. If they were, we'd be doing a game. They start on Tuesday, prelim softball, as Lawrence takes on Coney. 10-7 matchup, 6 o'clock at Coney. Then Wednesday, we're back here in Oakland for baseball as Mount Ararat takes on Messalonskee. That'll be a 3 o'clock start. Softball playoffs, Class A North on Thursday. Skowhegan, the number 1 team, taking on number 8 Lewiston. They'll play at 3:30. The entire schedule is up. CentralMainSports.com. That's CentralMainSports.com.
Speaking of Coney, I think that's going to be your first-round matchup. Greely's going to host a Rams team that has 200-point scorers. 100 goal scorers, actually. I correct myself.
Yeah,
Freeman and Morrill, right?
Yeah, Abby Morrill.
Coney.
Yeah, they can score.
And speaking of a player that dissects defenses, Macy Freeman.
Oh, yeah, she is the deal.
Yeah.
All right, a steal here by Maya Tracy, a freshman. Over to Kelman. Kelman looking for double digits. She's got 6 goals, 3 assists. Crocker to the cutter. Williams over the crossbar.
I don't think Williams got that one settled into her stick. I think it came out a little funny. Good backup there by Messalonskee, though, to get that possession back.
1:50 to go. Eagles ball.
Is Messalonskee turf for girls lacrosse like Madison Square Garden for basketball players? Because I'm just thinking, Delisle came up here at a monster game. Obviously, Kelman's come up here and had a monster game. Is there something to that?
I don't know about that. I think you're just talking about really good players who probably would have a really good game no matter where they were playing.
That's true.
They're just good. E.J. Parsons to Massey, back to Parsons. Inside, a grounder by Kakamo is stopped, and it goes to the back.
That got her inside. She just couldn't do much with it with all the traffic.
Shot, easy save by Vickerson. 1 minute to go.
Tell you what, Mike, the numbers for Messalonskee, especially, they started really slow this season. They lost their first two and have gone 9 and 2 since, and they have just obliterated teams' goalies, scoring, I think, like 11 at least in pretty much every game. They only have 10 shots on goal.
Kelman, nice pass inside. Shot, score, Kaya Perkins. And that gets her to 10, right?
This does. 4th assist. More great passing, too.
Just an incredible pass. So, Asia Kelman with a double-digit scoring game. 6 goals, 4 assists. She has been dynamite. We have seen Miriam Delisle lighted up for Lincoln Academy. Great player. And we have seen Asia Kelman lighted up here.
6 different players have scored a goal. All of them have at least 2 points for Greely.
All right, there's the horn, and this one is done. A domination situation for the Greely Rangers. They got here late. Didn't matter. They win. Final score, Greely 15, Messalonskee 3. The postgame show and the mystery of who our score player of the game is coming up after this on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run! Ladies and gentlemen, we got the monkey is prime!
This season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Distributed by Valley Beverage of Lewiston. If you have been looking or wanting a complete heating, cooling, and plumbing contractor for residential or commercial all under one roof, Maine Preventative Maintenance is the only number you'll need. Maine Preventative Maintenance is also a registered and recommended heat pump installer with Efficiency of Maine. You may even be eligible for financing through Efficiency of Maine. Emergencies always happen at the most inconvenient times. Don't put it off any longer. Don't wait until something happens. Call Maine Preventative Maintenance today for peace of mind. Maine Preventative Maintenance, 465-4505, 465-4505.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our score crew back here at Veterans Field in Oakland, where the Greely Rangers have put on a show today, an offensive show. They win 15-3. They came out, scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes and 11 seconds, 2 of them by Asia Kelman. It was 3-0. Messalonskee got a goal back from Chloe Massey to make it 3-1, but Kelman got another one before the end of the period, had a hat trick before the end of the first period, and it was 4-1 at the end of one, and the Rangers were on their way. Then, in the second, Audrey Ingersoll made it 5-1. Kelman made it 6-1. Jane Flynn made it 7-1 before E.J. Parsons finally broke the scoring for Messalonskee. At that point, it was, 5 straight goals by Greely before Parsons scored to make it 7-2. And then Greely closed the period in the second by scoring 4 times in a span of a minute and 27 seconds. Perkins scored at 10:33, Lord at 11:03, then Eva Williams twice within 10 seconds, one at 11:20 and one at 11:30. It was 11-2 at the half. And as we mentioned down the stretch, Greely kind of took their foot off the accelerator in the second half. The scoring certainly slacked off. Kelman scored to make it 12-2. Kylie Lord scored to make it 13-2. Massey got one for Messalonskee, their third of the game in the fourth period, to make it 13-3. By that time, we were long past a running clock. Kelman scored her sixth goal of the game to make it 14-3 and set up her fourth goal of the game. Kaya Perkins scored to make it 15-3. The passing by the Greely Rangers, the most impressive part of their game to me today. The finishing certainly is good, but man, when you get your players, your finishers, your attack people, the ball and the positions that they got it in, you're going to score.
Especially, too, I think you can, in lacrosse and hockey, right, you can just kind of start rattling off this momentum on these scoring stretches because you can win face-offs. And obviously there's that stretch at the end of the game, or at the end of the first half, where Greely goes man up, and then they score, as you said, 4 goals in a minute 27. And I think you just get a team rattled. And for Pettengill, I think she's a great player. She's a great goalie for a very good Messalonskee field hockey team this fall. But at some point, you're just deer in the headlights to a certain extent, because that stretch, it's just pass, one-on-one with me. And at that point, normally with a good offensive player, and I think Greeley's got several of them, you're guessing. You hope for there's an indication of a move, but you're just kind of stuck at that range. And they just did it to Pettengill, who I think kind of stood on her head tonight. She had 10 saves, 15 goals against, 25 shots on goal.
That's a lot.
Just got peppered and just couldn't, she, I think, had a nice stretch there in the first and second quarter where tried to keep it close, and then that man-up opportunity, they just got a ton of players open.
The man-up where they scored, 4 times in the man-up in the 2 minutes there, and you're peppering Adriana Pettengill, and when the shots were point-blank, right in no blame whatsoever. She didn't give up any softies at all here today.
So, no.
There weren't any bad goals scored by Greely. They earned all of them that they got here in this game today, and I just love the way they move the ball. They really have an excellent passing game, and when you have a player like Asia Kelman, who of course is our score player of the game, 6 goals, 4 assists on the day, she gets the score. Bag of swag from Central Maine Community College, filled with goodies from our friends at Prime Beverage, from Valley Beverage in Lewiston, the score player of the game keychain and a score T-shirt. When you got a player like that who is so good, but her willingness to share the load. I mean, yes, she scored 6, but it's not like she hogged the ball to get those 6. They came all in the natural flow in how Greely approaches things, which is to move the ball, find the open girl, and get, as you are seeing, the ball in position where you almost can't do anything but score. I mean, you've got the goalie at your mercy.
Yeah, and you see there's a sweep. Here you're going to see some more great passing as she's trailing, and she just feathered that through. That was a great pass. No, and that's the thing, especially with star players or just those players that really carry the offensive load. One of the best things they could do, and she was able to get established early, but she was able to do it and then use it to set up her teammates. Like you said, finishes with 4 assists. And one of the things that really stood out to me, we talked about, and I think in the score light, which I don't think has been released yet, we've gotten a little bit bogged down. But for Miriam Delay, who obviously we've talked a lot about for that Lincoln Academy win against this Messalonskee team, one of the things I thought she did really well in that game was defensively she was awesome as well in the midfield. There's a play that stands out where I don't remember who from Messalonskee had the 10-yard penalty shot, stepped forward and was about to shoot, and Delisle strips it from the backside, and then they got transition going the other way. She did that a ton. Here, defensively, Kelman didn't stand out a ton. Transitionally, she was outstanding. The ball, whether she was sprinting and beating everybody or was part of the tic-tac-toe, she set the tone, I thought, early scoring, and then was massive in just getting the ball moving.
Yeah, she's a true all-around player. She has great speed getting up and down the field, but once she gets down the field, the passing skills, the finishing skills, she's got everything, and her lacrosse IQ is wicked high. Yes, let's say she's her lacrosse IQ is Mensa quality.
Yeah, and again, both these teams comfortably in the playoffs. In fact, now I don't think either of their spots will move. I think they'll just stay 4-6, which means that number 5 Coney will be making the trip to Greely, which features, in my opinion, having seen both of them now this year, 2 of the best all-around players in girls lacrosse in the state of Maine, between obviously Kelman and then Macy Freeman, who we've seen do this exact same thing, where she runs the motor for a little bit, quickly scores 2 or 3 goals, and then we've seen her, and Morrill is a deadly compliment to her. Both of them have scored 100 career goals, but those 2 can play a 2-man game and destroy a defense any given time, so I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully some highlights, but at least reading about that because it's going to be a good matchup.
We are on to the playoffs next week. The entire schedule is up at centralmainsports.com, but on Tuesday we start with a prelim game. The Coney Rams hosting the Lawrence Bulldogs. That's the 7-10 matchup. 6 o'clock, it's essentially a night game. There are lights, of course, there at Coney High School. We'll have it here beginning with our pregame show around 5:50. So that is going to do it for us, for Ashley Dunn, for Tyler Rigney, and for AJ Knight. I'm Mike Violet saying so long from Veterans Field in Oakland. The final score here today, the Greely Rangers win it big. Greely 15 and Messalonskee 3. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to another high school sports presentation on The Score, supported by these great local sponsors: Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, PJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Valley Beverage, Maine Preventative Maintenance, The Harry J. Smith Company, SBS Carbon Copy, JDH3 Design, Dixon's Country Market, and by Casella Waste. Stay tuned for a lot more live video and audio of high school baseball, softball, and girls and boys high school lacrosse. All available at centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, and our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. You found the place for local sports. Sports Radio 1160, The Score.